promised me that the lending guidelines would get easier. You promised me that things were going to loosen up.
I know.
You keep promising we would need less money down.
It will.
When?
It will. It will.
When?
It will.
When?
Soon.
When will then be now?
Soon.
Hello, everybody. My name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV, your local market update.
And I am Delynn Gaston. Thank you for joining us today. On today's show, after Barry stops beating me up.
It's Then Be Now. It's the Then Be Now show.
All right, so how many got the Spaceballs little segue there?
I didn't get it.
I know. He's not Spaceballs. I had to coach him.
I didn't get it.
It's like the best movie ever.
Yeah,
but anyway, but
I don't think I've ever made it through the whole thing.
Oh my.
So
God,
when is the win?
Just don't know what you're missing.
I'm sorry, I'm just
Mel
being
Brooks
honest.
is like the greatest.
All right, well, whatever Then Be Now is here today, okay?
Yes,
Is
it's
that a
here
Mel
today.
Brooks?
And
Hey,
look, and we have a guest here today.
Oh my goodness, we're being kind of rude. Did we forget? Oh, this is Deanna Case, and she's with Radian Guarantee. And what is Radian Guarantee? Deanna, tell us what Radian Guarantee is.
Well, Radian Guarantee is a private mortgage insurance company, and we help homeowners get into homes with as little as 3% down payment. It used to be that years ago you had to save for a very long time to get 20% down.
Right.
Wait a minute. So Then Be Now is now? So I can put 3% down on a home, and I can afford this?
You can.
How do you know? Did you qualify me?
She's good. She's good at what she does. All
well,
right,
thanks
so,
for being on the show, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
And welcome, because we love having guests. Because,
yes, we do.
Yeah, because we get bored with each other.
With just beating each other up. So
yeah, because she.
Look, new meat.
So listen, after
It'll
the break,
nice.
let me tell you how it works. When we take a break in the show, see, you're going to sit over here next to me, but you don't need to be afraid at all. There's nothing to worry about, is there, Delynn?
Yeah, we usually like whack each other.
So give us a history.
So then
of,
the producers separated us and put
me.
this table between us so we couldn't.
That's not important anymore.
Did you notice?
Let's get back to what Radian does.
Okay. All right. So let's do this first. Let's lay the groundwork. There's a lot of people out there, homeowners, home buyers, soon-to-be home buyers,
Then
and
Be
real
Now
estate
people.
agents who might not understand what PMI is. PMI, what is PMI exactly? Let's lay the groundwork for them. They just know that it's something scary out there, and it's not anything to be afraid of, is it?
No, not at all. So a lot of buyers or borrowers out there just don't know enough about it. They just know it's a payment that they have to pay. Does nothing to benefit them is what they think. But in reality, without PMI, they wouldn't be able to get into the home without more than 20% down.
Correct.
So
What
is helpful to them.
What does PMI do
So
exactly?
PMI is private mortgage insurance, and it protects the lender that's lending the money to the borrower in the event that the borrower happens to default on their mortgage. The lender will be protected in the form of an insurance payment. So.
And not the whole thing. A lot of people think, so if I default on the mortgage, the whole $100,000, you guys are going to pay them off.
No, there's a
and
certain
I won't have a foreclosure.
No, there's a certain percentage that protects the lender in the case of the default, because they do still have that property. In the case of a foreclosure, they take ownership of that property and the lender can then sell it. But they usually sell it for under market value in order to get rid of that property, so the insurance payment helps protect them.
So it's kind of like a gap insurance while you're upside down.
There's a good way of putting it.
It
Yeah, it's
really
like
is.
gap insurance.
So what is it, and not to get too detailed on it, so when there's, say, 18% coverage or 35% coverage, what does that mean from a lending perspective? What are they paying for? So obviously, I'm guessing that, well, I know this, but I'm going to help our people out at home. that the higher the coverage, they're
More
buying more.
protection.
It's more protection, which means it's more
Correct.
insurance. So what triggers what puts people in how much coverage they need? And what does that mean to a lender? So if it's 18% coverage and I'm borrowing $100,000, they're going to get paid $18,000 at the end of the rainbow if I default?
So there's a little calculation that has to be done, but typically the mortgage product and the agency, whether it's Fannie or Freddie, have their standard coverages that are required depending on the loan to value. So that determines the
Which means depending
coverage
upon down payment.
percentage, correct. So that determines the coverage, and then what happens is if a borrower does default on their mortgage and the lender files a claim, we look at the principal balance that's still due on the loan, as well as any other fees that might be involved in getting that property through foreclosure and in marketable condition to sell. So any attorney fees, foreclosure fees, maintenance that is required on that home, any interest that's still due, we add that to the principal balance. And then that coverage that they obtained on that mortgage on a 97 LTV, for example, if someone had put 3% down, 35% coverage is a standard coverage. So we'd multiply that total amount that we just calculated by 35%,
I
and
see.
that's what would be
So-
collected.
Including the carrying costs and the maintenance cost and the,
Correct,
So the loan to
Foreclosure
value,
costs,
the higher
that's
the
all.
loan to value, the more coverage.
correct.
And the borrower's credit score. If they have a lower credit score, that is going to impact what coverage they need or their rate.
No, just the LTV.
So really,
The
borrower
fight-
credit score
the
doesn't
credit
affect?
score affects the amount of premium that
Okay.
is paid, but the
Right.
coverage
Not the
is
coverage
dependent
amount. So it
on
costs the
the-
borrower more to have a lower credit score.
Correct.
So again, why we always preach about credit and the importance
Right.
of having good credit.
You're right.
So Radian then, tell us about Radian itself.
So Radian is one of the largest MI companies. We have several companies in our marketplace, but we are one of the original.
Okay.
We have some newer players in the market, but we
So you
Nationwide.
Actually, so you have
Nationwide
So there's
coverage.
actually competition in your field.
Yes.
So not only can people shop for the best loan product or rate, but they can shop for MI coverage. So am I correct in that?
Well, the lenders can, yeah. There's
Yeah.
the
I mean, it's
relationships
not
are
the
with the
borrower
lenders,
itself.
correct.
So a good lender will know, hey, let's check out Radian because they have great products and rates to save our borrower on their monthly payment.
Correct.
Is that a correct
and I
statement?
definitely use Radian because their rates are very, very good. And it is, as Deanna said, a sliding scale. So it is important, like Barry said, keep your credit up, keep your credit as good as you can, because it is definitely going to make a difference in your monthly PMI payment. It's a wonderful thing. You don't have to save up 20% anymore to buy a house. You can certainly buy it with a lot less than that. And it'll cost a little bit. It's kind of like paying it over time, right?
You're right.
Well, all right,
down
guess
payment.
what? We're going to go eat.
I know.
So while
All
we
right,
go
so
eat, we
let's
gotta-
go eat, Deanna.
But we've got an exciting new product that we got to talk
I
about.
know.
That's really going to help people out with.
Which is the real reason we have
Yeah,
Deanna here.
I know. But
It's an
first,
awesome product.
First, let's go meet with Casey and just see if we can wolf down some oven roasted sausage with cherry tomatoes.
Yum, yum.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Chat and Dish. I'm Casey Quadetti, and today I am going to show you how to make roasted sausages with cherry tomato sauce. It's one of those one-dish wonder meals that takes less than 5 minutes prep time and is absolutely delicious. For the ingredients, you need 1 large sausage per person. You choose whether you want to use a gourmet sausage, Italian, Polish, kielbasa, all of them work great. You're going to need cherry tomatoes, 1 box each of yellow and red, then a clove of garlic, fresh herbs. We've got thyme, oregano, and rosemary. And then I've got here 1 package of fresh Brussels sprouts. If you really hate them, you can leave them out. But I promise you, Brussels sprouts in this recipe taste absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to need some balsamic vinegar, a little salt and pepper, some olive oil. That's it. Let's get cooking. I'm mincing a large clove of garlic. If your garlic is rather small, you might want to do 1.5 cloves or even 2. Get your fresh herbs off their hard stems and then go ahead and give them a good mince. Next step is a difficult one. Pour your cherry tomatoes into a roasting pan. Toss in your fresh herbs and your garlic. Drizzle about 2 tablespoons of olive oil on top of your tomatoes and herbs. Just grab a spoon and give it all a good stir so that your cherry tomatoes are coated with olive oil. Snuggle your sausages right on top of the cherry tomatoes. Drizzle the sausages with another 2 tablespoons of olive oil and about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Pop this into a preheated 400-degree oven for 30 minutes. I bet you thought I forgot the Brussels sprouts. Well, I didn't. What we do is we pop them in the second half of the cooking time. So right now, just go ahead and cut each one of the Brussels sprouts in half lengthwise. Our 30-minute timer has gone off, and what I'm doing is just setting the sausages aside. Now it's time to add our Brussels sprouts and give it a good stir. Our Brussels sprouts are all nicely coated with all the drippings and the olive oil and garlic. Now it's time to snuggle our sausages back in upside down. We want the other side of the sausages to brown. A little drizzle of olive oil on top of our sausages and a nice sprinkling of black pepper. Gloves on so I can pop this back in the oven for another 30 minutes. Ooh, our 30-minute timer has gone off. Take a look at this. Sausages come out first. Ooh, they look absolutely marvelous. And now I'm going to dish up all these gorgeous veggies right on top of the sausages. One of the most wonderful things about this recipe is you've got this great garlicky balsamic vinegar sauce that's perfect with the sausages. Can you even believe how easy this was to whip up? Now we're going to give it the final, most important test of all. Oh, the balsamic vinegar sauce with the cherry tomatoes, it's absolutely phenomenal. As always, thank you for visiting. Until next time, I do hope that you try this with the Brussels sprouts. I'm going to miss you. Take care. Cheers.
So what did you think of that?
Anything with sausage in it is
Hey,
good.
No. You know what's so funny is you never get to have it at home because your husband doesn't like it.
I know. My kids or my husband, no one likes sausage but me. So I'm going to tell Casey, just get me a little
make
dish.
a little
Just a little plate for me.
You poor
Can we have
thing.
some more, please?
Do you want to talk about this MI stuff, or you want
Yes.
or you
Yes,
want to
yes,
stick
yes, yes.
with sausage?
I know. No, it makes me hungry.
So we're back.
Unbelievable.
We're back with Deanna Case from Radian, and we're talking about MI and the benefits of MI and what it can do for homeownership and how it can help you get into the American dream of homeownership. So
And it's now new and improved.
yes,
Even
and
better.
We want to talk about a brand new program. It's called. You ready for this? I need a drum roll. Fill in. Drum roll.
Sorry. You got
It's
the drummer
called
in the family.
Home Ready. Yeah, I'm the music.
Home Ready. Used to be known as My Community, but
But it's changed.
it had a facelift because a lot of people could not. Wasn't
Qualify.
exactly a user-friendly program.
That hurt my legs. by the way. I burned.
But anyway, so the new program, and Deanna is one of the PMI companies that is actually participating in this new program where someone can actually get into a house with only 3% down.
Did you say
the standard
3%?
used to be
3%.
5% was the minimum, now it's 3%.
For you math wizards, that's $3,000 on a $100,000 purchase. So can you do that?
So yes, so let's
Deanna
talk
says-
about this.
Deanna's going to help everybody out that doesn't have the $3,000. You heard her say it.
The,
So yes,
the
just say
then
yes.
is now.
That's right. Thank you for the space balls. All right, so the program is 97%, and I understand this is for both purchase and or refinance.
And-
This program can do as well.
Can I
Yes.
give a disclaimer? Because not all lenders will have this program, but it is a Fannie Mae program. So,
Yes. I'm
Yes.
sorry,
you
you're right.
need
We
to-
should say that.
yeah,
It is a
you
Fannie
need
Mae
to
program.
Check with your lender to make sure they have it. It is going, it's a great program though for somebody and you don't have to be a first-time home buyer.
That's one of the
That's the
perks,
beauty,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other highlights of this program? Because you were rattling them off to me the other day, and I was like,
Blah, blah,
we need
blah,
to talk
blah,
about
blah,
this on the
blah,
show.
Well, the great thing about it is how it meets the needs of the diverse markets out there. We have such an increase in diverse market segments, Hispanics, African American, Asians. These are taking a huger marketplace in home ownership. And
Huger. I like that word. Huger.
much larger.
That's my
Much
language.
larger.
You speak my language.
In our marketplace, so this product helps to meet the needs of those diverse markets.
Right.
It helps us all grow our business because we're able to get more people in their homes.
And I don't want to get off track here, but you showed us those statistics about Hispanic home buyers, first-time home buyers, that are going to be a huger, as you
Huger,
say,
right.
Yes.
portion of the market on how they're coming in.
I think it was something like a 40% increase is what the statistics
They
are
say
expecting.
between 2010 and 2030, 52% of home ownership will be Hispanics. So
That's awesome.
And a lot of those, you and I were talking off camera, is millennials.
a very large percentage
Large
of millennials.
percentage.
Yeah.
So everyone is definitely looking to get back towards home ownership. But of course, what is the biggest challenge and the thing that holds people back the most from home ownership?
Well, of course, one, saving the down payment.
Down
It's
payment.
no longer 20% required, so we have that already taken care of with as
Right.
little as
So-
3% down.
And with home
Ready.
prices going up, it's hard even at 10% down to
Right.
save up 10% even. 5%, it's difficult sometimes because home prices are going up.
So give
right.
us some of the features of this home-ready product with a facelift.
So with Home Ready, like you mentioned, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer to take advantage of this program. It will allow purchases up to 97% loan to value, which means a 3% down payment, which can come from a gift. It could come from down payment assistance programs that are out there
Right.
as well.
Wow. So you could essentially do 100% financing with this program,
It's
with down
Yeah.
payment
With
assistance.
with down payment assistance.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So one of my favorite parts, the borrower contribution, this is one of the big changes, 0. The borrower does not have to contribute a dime. The whole thing can be,
A gift or
gift or
down
something
payment
like that.
assistance, correct. Some of
that's
the
a big
gr-
change in the program.
And some great features also, the MI is reduced. So on typical programs, there's a higher coverage. We talked about that earlier. With this Home Ready, they reduce the coverage to 25%, so the MI premiums, the payment that the borrower has to make monthly, is reduced.
So therefore, they could potentially qualify for more home, or just enjoy a lower payment and go out to Outback Steakhouse one more time a week.
Correct.
And
You like
this-
that? You got, that just went right by all you. I'm still on the
No, they
food.
shouldn't.
Or you can
I
buy
know.
a new pair of shoes.
Oh.
There you go. That's much better. Show your
Or
shoes.
take the family
Show your
out for a
shoes, because we
movie.
have some people who
Okay.
watch for shoes.
Yes.
I have this person named Heather. Heather, you like her shoes? Show your shoes. Lift your shoe. See? Look at that. Look at that.
It's all about the shoe.
Heather, what do you like these?
I know.
All
Can
right,
we
so-
have a man show, please?
So I know. So back to, so we have the reduced MI. We have 97%, 3% down on a purchase. On a refinance, though, they do allow refinances up to
95%.
95, which is again phenomenal with the reduced MI. You do not have to be a first-time home buyer. This does work for people with the Pasco County Down Payment Assistance Program. I know up until now it's been mostly FHA. This is a wonderful FHA alternative, isn't it?
Oh, excellent. Yeah, the great benefit over an FHA program is that the MI, the PMI that you get, can be canceled. So,
Which it cannot with FHA.
it remains on for the life of the loan. So
Right.
that's a great benefit of using this Home Ready program. Additionally, with the lower MI payment, they also have a lower interest rate typically. So their overall monthly payment is going to come out lower. So if you have someone that was having trouble qualifying, I just had a borrower we were working with the other day that one of the features of this program is we talked about the diversity out there right now,
Right.
and the needs, the different needs that they have. We're seeing a lot of what we call extended income households where you have family living in the home with you. However, they might not be a borrower for this loan that they're getting, but they do have a significant amount of income that could help qualify. So this program does allow you to use income from other household members to compensate for a higher DTI. So what that means is if there's, their income, the borrower's income versus their payments or their other credit obligations a little too high to qualify, they could use some of these other household members to allow for a higher debt-to-income ratio.
Without them being on the loan as a borrower.
Correct.
That is
and
amazing.
It's a great feature. So we were helping a borrower the other day that they didn't quite qualify. The spouse happened to have some credit issues from the past, so the husband was trying to qualify on their own, but their debt to income was a little too high. Well, they were able to use the spouse's income without her being on the loan to help qualify for a little bit higher DTI and get into the home. So there's just different
That's
ways.
awesome.
Is that incredible or
That
what?
is very incredible.
That's a get
All right,
out.
Get out. So again, let's go back to the importance of working with a qualified, competent loan originator.
Right.
Because
Who's going to
not
know
only,
about these
you know,
programs.
because people talk about, oh, the lowest rate. I got the lowest rate here, got the lowest rate here. Do you want the lowest rate or do you want the lowest overall payment?
Right.
Well, most people
That's a
say, I
big
want the
difference.
lowest overall payment. You know, you could go to lender A and get a lower rate, but he didn't shop the right program with the MI insurance.
You're right.
And actually wind up with a higher payment with a lower rate. So, but you know what? Let's cool off right now, because let's go talk to Devin. Devin's got a great AC tip for us, so we'll be right back, and we're going to go over more of these highlights in a minute.
Hello everybody, my name is Devin with McWilliams & Son Air Conditioning. Today what I have is a digital Honeywell Wi-Fi thermostat. Do you have those old thermostats in your house? Maybe they're Mercury, they're old sliders. Did you know those thermostats could be costing you hundreds of dollars a year? How many times do you leave your house and forget to turn your thermostat off or even set the temperature up? That is free cooling that you're wasting while you're not home. This thermostat can allow you to correct that issue. If you forget to turn it off when you go home, you can program it to turn off before you leave for work and before you come home to turn back on. That way you're not coming home to a warm house. This thermostat allows you to control your unit wherever you are through a mobile app, either on your phone or tablet or even on your computer. Stop wasting money and start saving by giving us a call at McWilliams & Son, serving all your AC needs.
Another great tip from Devin from McWilliams & Son.
Thank you, Devin.
Thank you, Devin, for keeping us cool, and I hate to say
And
this,
thank
but
you, McWilliams & Son, for everything you do in the community and to help keep everyone in our area.
you know what, I hate
Cool.
to say it, but I hope that, you know, I think the weather's going to break soon.
Yes.
So I'm ready for a little
Well,
humidity
fortunately, they do heating and air conditioning, so
release. Oh, fortunately for them, and for consumers and people out there.
good, hard-working people, though.
Yes, they are.
They're
Yeah.
great people
So
in the
let's
community.
remember we have a guest. Deanna,
I know,
in case-
I know. Okay.
you start
So-
rambling. So let's wrap up and talk about the overall highlights of this Home Ready Mortgage program that
Right.
borrowers should be excited about. I mean, this is good stuff to learn.
And like you said, maybe not every single lender is participating in this program, and maybe not every PMI company is participating in it as well. Radian, however, is. And I do want you to, there's two things. First of all, I want you to mention what you talked to us about during the break, about the people who potentially might lose their job, what Radian is doing.
So step in helping promote home ownership, one thing that Radian does, we have a special program called Mortgage Assure, which if a buyer puts
.com.
3% down,
Sorry.
which means you have a 97% loan-to-value loan, Radian is automatically providing unemployment insurance on that loan. You talked about the biggest
amazing.
obstacles of home ownership was saving for the down payment. Well, the second one is job security. You're just too afraid to
Right.
jump into something like that. So with this job loss protection, we will pay up to $1,500 a month for 6 months if that borrower becomes unemployed within the first 2 years after closing.
Really?
That's amazing.
I had no idea. I
Give
didn't
a
know
little
that.
time to
So wait a
find the
minute.
right job.
So Radian's paying for this?
Yes.
Yes.
The government's not paying it? Because this is good news for me. I'm just saying.
This is wonderful, though. I don't know anyone else doing that. I don't even know any lenders that are doing that.
Just a way to
So
promote
for-
home ownership. We get
So
more
people who are uneasy, like, oh, I don't know.
Not so
And they're
sure.
afraid.
They might lose their job, and then
Right.
they have a mortgage payment, then their credit gets trashed.
That's awesome.
You know?
Good to know.
That's a phenomenal thing.
It's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. Now thank you, Radian, for doing something like that. Now the other things I do want to just mention on the program, we've touched on a lot of the highlights of the
I
program.
haven't hit you in a while.
However, it does have some restrictions that come along with it. Just like with the old My Community program, there are income restrictions. However, Deanna and I were on the website yesterday, and we were going through.
And it's based on area.
It
It's
is.
the address of the property.
So similar to the USDA rural housing, you can go to Fannie Mae's website, the Home Ready website, and you can just put in a property address and see if the income restrictions apply to this particular census tract
And
or
the good
not.
news is,
A good portion of Pasco County has no income
and
restrictions.
I'm sure Pinellas and Hillsborough are in that same.
Probably,
Yeah,
probably.
so, we just have to look and check with your lender.
Yeah,
on that.
there's a lot of areas that have no income limit, and then in other areas, they list it as 100% of the AMI, which is the average median income for that area. I think the other parts in Pasco County were roughly around 59,200 as an
Right.
income limit.
Which means if you make less than 59,200, you're
You
going
qualify
to
for this
qualify for the
program.
program. But
Correct.
more than likely, there's probably, based on what we've seen so far, there are no income limits in most areas.
Many of the areas,
We just
you're
have
right.
to check them out. That's awesome.
I know.
That's good news.
I
I'm
know.
not gonna hate you.
I
I
love
like
this.
it.
I love this program. This
I
is
do
a great
too.
program
I
for.
do too.
And like you said, trying to promote home ownership, trying to get people off the fence. You as realtors, you now have a new tool that's not FHA. I know a lot of the realtors out there are kind of nervous with FHA,
Well, the
and
fact
your
that
sellers are nervous with
I
FHA.
think people got, and we do a lot of FHA, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
the fact that the MI can go away, especially in a market like this where it's appreciating, I think people really, knowing that, I don't have to refi to get out of that MI payment.
You're right,
I
yeah.
think that's a big deal, and it gives Fannie and Freddie a competitive edge. I mean, they're all fighting for market share. Let's face it.
Right.
That's what makes the world go around. But it's a free enterprise. So
and
we
you know
gotta come up
Freddie is
with-
going to come out with a program as well.
Yeah, they will. And then FHA will say, we're lowering our MI rates because we can.
That's right.
Or they can afford to, but it's the actuaries. They figure it all out, right?
They've got it figured out.
Yes, they do. So anything else you want to tell us about Radian that our audience needs to know about, that should know about? Any additional
I
things?
think we covered a lot of the great features of this program, but if you're working with a lender, I would just suggest you encourage them to look at Radian.
There you
Our rates are very competitive. We have a lot of different programs available for them to take advantage of, such as the unemployment insurance. So
Radiant Assurance.
Yes.
I like that.
See,
That's very good.
You know what? You segued into that very well. I gave you, I said, here, Deanna, roll with this.
I know.
And you did well. And we didn't even prompt you for that.
I know, you'd think she's a pro or something, right?
She's good. All right, so
All
let's
right.
talk about what's going on in the community. We got a great program here. Anything going
know.
on, Delynn?
Gee, Barry, I don't know. What do you have going on?
I got something for you. Okay, so September 15th, we got a Barry for Pasco event. I have to throw in one political event,
A meet and
or two.
greet?
It's a meet and greet.
A meet and greet. Where are we meeting and greeting
It's
this
gonna
time?
be at
We've
another-
done painting, we've done ice cream, we've done coffee houses. We've done wing
You know what?
houses.
We will continue throughout the campaign to support the local
Businesses.
small
I know,
community
which is
businesses.
awesome.
We're all about local.
So where are you
keeping
going
it
on
local.
September 15th?
September 15th, West Side Deli, right here in Newport Richie, over by the Government Center.
Yum,
and they're a
yum.
great little deli, and they have fabulous food and sandwiches. So come on by, and we'll have some samples out for you to
September
try.
15th,
And you
and
get
at
to
what
meet
time?
me.
5:30?
5:30, and if you're not sure, I
Till
think it's
whenever.
at 5 till 7. I think it's actually at 5. You can go on barryforpasco.com to see all the times and get updated event changes. So, any more? Oh yeah, I got another one for you. Great idea. We got Bowling for Barry, September 23rd. That's at Royal Lanes in Land O'Lakes. $20 will get you 2 hours, unlimited bowling, including shoes. Wow.
Nice.
How can you beat that? And we're going to have
Nice.
food and appetizers there included.
Included in your $20?
$20.
Bowling for 2 hours,
That's the-
shoes,
yes.
and food.
You can give more if you
Nice.
want, but $20 is all that's required.
Yes.
That's a
Nice,
cheap date
nice,
night.
nice,
That's
nice.
like just a little more in the movie these days, right?
And they get to come out and meet you and talk to you and find
Yes.
out what Barry
And-
is all
and-
about.
And you can see if I can bowl or not. That's very important to people. But that's a
Yeah,
warm-up for, let's talk about WPBA's event. One of your
Yes,
favorite events
one of our
of the year.
favorite events is Bowling for Boobs, and it is our third year that we are
Yes.
doing Bowling for Boobs.
And it's almost sold
And
out.
it
In
is-
fact, by the time you watch this, it may be sold out, so you better
Yes.
check it out.
WPBA.biz is where you can go and register for a lane.
Biz.
All of it's obviously everybody knows that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we are doing this event. We do it the last Tuesday of September every year. So it is on the 27th, I
It's
think
on the
that is.
27th. I just wanted to make sure.
27th. And come
It's
on
at-
out, or
It's on Lane Glow.
at Lane Glow on Old 54 in Newport Richey. All of the proceeds go to support breast cancer awareness. So that's always a fun event. But you have to check out the website, check out the pictures from last year, because there's all kinds of prizes for the
Yes.
best theme, the best team theme, the best bra.
And if you don't wear a bra, gentlemen, you're going to be the outcast. 'cause
You will-
all the
yes.
men wear bras. It's the
Everybody
cool-
does.
It's the
On
one
the
time
outside.
You will be socially acceptable to wear a bra in public, gentlemen. I know some of you have been dying to do that anyway, but you know. Remember that person, I won't mention their name, but you all know him. He went to the wrong bowling alley on the wrong date with his bra on.
Yes.
That's not a good idea.
That was
Don't do
funny.
that.
Huh,
So
Bob?
we're giving you the date, September 27th at Lane Glow. Please wear your bra.
And there is food. So if you
Food,
don't want to
photo
be on a
booth.
team, or you don't have a team to be on, there is food. You can come and be a spectator. It's
$10.
$10.
And you know what?
And we have food.
It's not a slice of pizza. We have good.
We have good food because we
always.
put our friend Jen DeVita, put an Italian in charge of food.
Yeah, it's
You'll
gonna
be
be good.
taken care of real well.
The Italians and Greeks. You never. run
Wow,
out.
you could
It's
never
all
go
good.
wrong. But anyway, so that's
back-
our Bowling for Boobs.
Yep. So that's that's enough.
I know.
You know, let's,
We have all
let's
kinds
move
of
on.
stuff,
We
but-
do.
but that's
you
it.
can go online, check out BarryForPasco.com, check out West Pasco Business Association. Of course, WeBeam TV, always broadcasting the great events that they do, and Tampa Bay Multimedia here in the studio. What an outstanding job they do in the community.
Yes,
So-
they do. Thank you
But
for
anyway,
mentioning.
Deanna, thanks for being on our show.
you for having
Hope
me.
we didn't intimidate you too much.
You did wonderful.
You did good.
And thank you to all that you do and Radian does for our hopefully soon-to-be home buyers.
Yes, and it's great to know that there are programs available for borrowers with little or no money down,
Yep.
and Radian's there to back it up and make it happen.
We are.
So
Thanks, everyone, for watching. We appreciate you. Please share this show. Get
like
us out.
it, Twitter, LinkedIn,
All the fun
Facebook,
stuff.
Instagram. What are we on? We're on everything.
We are. We're out where every place you want to be.
Yeah. So.
Thanks, everyone. We are today and every day.
Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.